Toronto Maple Leafs star forward Auston Matthews makes history once again, as well as this Kraken prospect is the future of the NHL and is shocking everybody right now. I'll break it all down for you coming up on this episode of Hat Trick HQ. But before we get into it, just want to say, if you're one of the thousands of people watching this that aren't subscribed, make sure to go down below, subscribe to the channel. We'll be here every day bringing you daily NHL updates, so you're going to want to go down, hit that subscribe button, put the notifications on for when we post so you don't miss any NHL news. But with that said, let's get right into the first topic of the video today, which is Kraken's Jagger Firkus is next up. And if we take a look at Jagger Firkus' stats so far this season in the WHL with the Moose Jaw Warriors, this guy has 112 points in 59 games. That's 51 goals, 61 assists, and a plus-minus of plus 22, which is nothing to shake a stick at here either. Obviously, this guy was drafted in the second round of the 2022 NHL entry draft at 19 years of age. A lot of people are saying a little bit undersized at 5'10", 5'11", 160 here. But this guy has proven this season to be a great hockey player here in the WHL. Like I said, 112 points, which puts him tied for first in points in the WHL this season, leading the league in points at 112. Tied with Zach Funk, who is a Washington Capitals prospect. And if you haven't heard about Jagger Firkus, here's a little bit of a breakdown on this guy. He's a sniper, has tremendous array of shots. He shows excellent power and accuracy with his wrist shot and snapshot. He also has very good hands. He can toe drag, change the angle of his release just before letting his shot go. This creates issues for goalies as they have trouble picking up the shot off his stick and setting up to make the save. He also has a very good one-timer. Firkus has a knack for finding soft spots in the defense and positioning himself to take a pass from a teammate and fire it on net. With his soft hands, he can also make quick moves to creating a shot lane and get his own shot. He can even score with his backhand. Firkus also scores in tight to the net with his soft hands and ability to beat goalies. This is a guy who I've been watching for quite a while. I believe since the beginning of the new year, I believe he has like 50 points or something since January 1st, which is amazing for this guy. He's obviously known for his goal scoring ability. He's an elite goal scorer. He has such a great shot, an NHL caliber shot. And the only thing that he's kind of lacking here is the size. I know a lot of people who, scouted him say, his strength is a little bit of an issue here. He can get knocked off the puck easily, stuff like this. He isn't the greatest skater as well. He has solid skating, but he isn't like that undersized winger who's going to blow past you on the wing. This guy is great at skating, like cutting off angles with his edges, whether it's making a quick cut and beating a defender that way, rather than just blowing by them with his unbelievable pace. This is a guy who is tricky with his feet. He can get in, make some great curls, set the goaltender up. He's looking one way, puts the puck the other way. It's just the way he moves his feet is phenomenal. Like I said, he has that NHL caliber shot that a lot of goalies in the WHL so far have had trouble trying to, find an answer to this guy, because he can look one way, put the puck the other way. And he just has such a, high shot power. I mean, he's rocketing these things into the back of the net. And he's also a guy who you can set up on a one-timer on the power play, and he'll be effective that way as well. Another interesting thing here is his playmaking. Obviously, he has such great hands. He's phenomenal deking, and he can set up his teammates with great passes. And as we've seen with 61 assists so far this season, he has been doing that. He has been making a lot of goals, creating a lot of goal-scoring chances, whether it's his own or whether it's his teammate. Like I said, he has great edges, great shots, stuff like this. So this is going to be a guy you got to look out for. If you're a Seattle Kraken fan, even if you're an NHL fan, because I think this guy is the next big star here in the NHL, having a breakout season here in the WHL this year. I don't think we will see him crack the NHL roster like right out of camp next season, but I do expect him to be with the Coachella Valley Firebirds here in the AHL to start next season and see where it goes from there. I know, like I said, a lot of people have a lot of issue with the size, but I think the days of size in the NHL are kind of over. We're seeing it right now. We've seen it with Patty Kane. We've seen it with Connor Bedard. We've seen stuff like this, and even Johnny Gaudreau. And that's who a lot of people are comparing him to right now. If you know Johnny Gaudreau's game, this is what you're getting with Jagger Firkus. He's a goal scorer. He's a guy who's quick on his edges. He has great hands. He has a great touch in front of the net as well, and he can also provide a great power play assistance here, whether it's with goal scoring or power play assists. I believe he's has 11 power play assists this year, which is quite a lot for a special teams number. But I'm really excited on this guy. I think he has a really big shot at being a great star here in the NHL, and I think Seattle has a gem here in Jagger Firkus. I think this guy is really going to, try to compete to get into this Kraken team next year, but I really do suspect we will see him in the AHL. If he starts lighting up the AHL, I definitely think he will get a shot in the NHL this year. But this is a guy to keep on your radar because I think this guy is, one of the next big prospects to come up here in the NHL, and I'm really excited to see what this guy can do when he turns in his first year pro. But we're going to get into our second topic of videos here today, which is Matthews makes history once again. And if we take a look here, this is just Auston Matthews' stats so far this season. Last time we talked, we were talking about him potentially hitting 70 goals. That is still on. He is in 64 games played, 55 goals, 27 assists for 82 points. And as we take a look here, Auston Matthews is the only active player with multiple 40-plus even-strength goal seasons. The last player to do that was Pavel Bure more than 40 years ago, which is unbelievable to think about. That, having a multiple 40-plus even-strength goal seasons is, hasn't been done in 40 years. And Auston Matthews is yet again etching his name into the record books and stuff like this by, performing these tasks that he's doing throughout the season. I believe we've talked about him like 4 or 5 times here, breaking records this year. This guy's just playing phenomenal hockey. And another thing here is this is players in Leafs history to score 55 goals in a season. You notice there's only one name on that list, and that is Auston Matthews. This guy, like I said, is playing phenomenal hockey for this club right now, and it's just great to see. There's just this interesting thing that I've seen here. This was in this scenario. Who do you pick for the Hart right now? If Auston Matthews scores 70 and Maple Leafs finish in the second wildcard spot, or if Nikita Kucherov wins the Art Ross by 15 points, and the Lightning miss the playoffs, who do you pick as the MVP this year? I thought that was a really interesting situation there. Really be tough to come down to. Is it a 70 goal scorer that we haven't seen since Solani and those guys done it way back in the day, or do you pick the guy who's just playing phenomenal hockey, getting a lot of points in Nikita Kucherov? Not that Auston Matthews isn't playing phenomenal hockey. He's probably the best goal scorer in the NHL. Well, indeed is the best goal scorer in the NHL, and I think he will be over the coming years. I think this is this isn't the peak. I think this is just the beginning for Auston Matthews. I think this year he really found his game, really found, a way to score more often and get his shot off more often, which is great to see. He's just developing his game year to year, and I think if he hits 70 this year, I think that would just be phenomenal for this guy. Like I said, this guy has been, a big reason to the Toronto Maple Leafs' success so far this season. I believe he has 6 hat tricks on the year, which is crazy to think about as well. This guy's playing great hockey, and I really do suspect he will get to Maurice Rocket-Richard, obviously. But his name will be tossed in the hat for the Hart Trophy. I think, this isn't a guy you glance over. If he gets 70 goals, like I said, that feat hasn't been done in decades. So if you look at that, you look at, Kucherov, you look at McKinnon, obviously, too. McKinnon, I believe, at 115 points right now. So I think these are the 3 guys you see the Hart Trophy bounce around on. Maybe you may see it bounce around on McDavid, too. But I think these are the top 4 guys that you'll be looking at for the Hart. And I wouldn't be surprised if Matthews hits 70, that he wins the Hart. I think that would be just a great feat for this guy to get. And I think it would be fun. He's going to be fun to watch here down the stretch. I definitely definitely do think he has a chance at getting the 70 goal mark. And I think, going into the last couple of games of the season, it's really going to be fun where everybody's going to be on 70 watch here. And I think it's just going to be a great feat for the Toronto Maple Leafs and Auston Matthews to do towards the end of the season, going into the playoffs with all that momentum. I think this guy is going to have a big playoffs this year. That's my prediction. But like I said, Auston Matthews making history once again by, being the only player in 40 years to have multiple 40-plus even-strength goal seasons, which, a lot of people can't say he's a power play merchant when he's the only guy in 40 years to do this, to have 40-plus even-strength goals multiple times in his career. I mean, this guy is just phenomenal. He gets set up, he gets a shot off, and it's going in the back of the net. Every time you see him release a shot, it's almost going into the net 100% of the time. But I think it's just great that he's having this season for the Toronto Maple Leafs, and I'm really excited to see what happens here going down the stretch the rest of the season. I'll be cheering him on to get 60, to get 70. I know you guys will too, but I want to hear from you guys down in the comment section below. What do you think about Auston Matthews yet again making history? And what are your thoughts on the Kraken prospect Jagger Firkus that I was talking about earlier? I think this guy's going to be a phenomenal goal scorer in the NHL at some point in his career. But I want to hear from you guys. We're going to get into everybody's favorite topic here, which is comment of the day. And the comment of the day today goes to Martin. He says, KC, thanks for the injury update. Go Leafs. Shout out to you, Martin. See you down in the comment section all the time, spreading that positivity. Really appreciate seeing you down in the comment section all the time. And shout out to you for getting comment of the day again. And, we try our best here to keep you guys informed on what's happening around the league and what's happening around the Leafs. So, really appreciate that you guys are, showing your support, liking the video, subscribing to the channel. It really means a lot to us. But if you guys enjoyed this one, make sure down below, hit that like button. While you're down there, leave a comment. You might be featured on the next comment of the day. And subscribe to the channel. We're on the road for 3,500. And we really appreciate it. If you're not subscribed already, then go down below, hit that subscribe button. But if you enjoyed the NHL and you want to check out that video I did on the Mitch Marner injury update yesterday, you'll be popping up on your screen right now. But as always, I've been your host, KC. Keep your stick on the ice.